take a couple of seconds, and then the application, once it gets the data from Mongo, will launch. And there's the application launched. Our landing page, the Vital Signs Overview page, is designed to be very simple to understand. The purpose of the app is for diabetic patients to monitor cardiovascular health and vital signs, as approximately 80% of diabetics die from heart failure. The first thing that we can see is an important medical disclaimer, and that's to say that the app its purpose is to monitor and possibly detect early problems, though it's not a diagnosis. That would require a second opinion from a professional. Every page that has information, apart from the information page, has an overview page, which will tell you the data sources and measurements taken, visualization methods and any algorithms used. We also see a current status on here, which gives us a brief overview of the three vital signs. We can also see time series graphs that are very easy for quick visual analysis. Now we can see here that we've got the 28th of March up to the 5th of April. We can change it, as this is a personalised device and personalised app, we can change it. I believe that we started recording around the 2nd of January 2025. So I'll put from the 2nd up to April the 5th. This should have all the data, and we can see how it's changed, the graph's changed, and the current status has changed as well. This can be set to any time that the data has been recorded. Our second page, or tab, is the anomaly detection. It's to monitor unusual patterns in the vital signs, which are the heart rate, the blood oxygen and the temperature. We're using as isolation forest, which is a unsupervised machine learning algorithm that detects statistical outliers, or things that deviate from the norm. Using a conservative estimate of 10% for the contamination factor to catch as many potential issues as possible. Now again, this is it's not a medical diagnosis, it would need a second opinion. The outliers are highlighted in red, whereas the normal, as you can see there, are in blue. Now this is taken from my data, and I am diabetic and I have had cancer and I have got other problems and issues, so it would be quite normal to see a few things in, but they could also be false positives. But when they're clustered together, such as here, it could be an indication of like a hypo or heart problem or other issue. It could be, but it doesn't mean that it is. Something that a health professional would have to look at if they have access to this data. It combines all the vital signs in the data set, apart from obviously the ECG, and handles missing data with mean values. Our third page is trend analysis, which is how vital signs change over time. We're using exponential smoothing, which is a time series statistical method, which puts a greater emphasis on recent readings. It filters out minor fluctuations to show underlying trends and can identify gradual changes. The blue line is the actual heart rate, which from the example, the little section we've got of this date, is around about between 60 and 75 beats per minute. Whereas the red dash, is a smooth trend. And in this example, it's fairly stable. It's like 70 for most of it to 69 near the end beats per minute. Whereas the blue line varies significantly. Gradual changes may be an indication of developing changes in health, and the trend line can predict where values are heading. Next is our fourth page, health state classification. In here we use random forest classifier, which is using the default of 100 trees. It is with data changes to the data as it evolves, we need to periodically run grid search. We've also implemented balanced weights, as severe events are less common. We can see here the differences in each of the vital signs of how the different warnings are triggered, and we can see the colour coding as well. For instance, for blood oxygen, a normal reading would be at or above 95%. As we can see, I was very tempted. We can see some cautions here. I was very tempted to add synthetic data to trigger more severe events, but ethically chose not to, so as to keep the app as realistic as possible with real data. Plus, since we're getting the cautionary events, we know it's working. Our final page with data is the ECG analysis page. We're using skype.signal.find_peaks for the R peaks detection. Where the ECG signal is filtered at 50 Hz, meaning 50 readings per second. We can see the analysis process, peak detection, heart rate calculation, how everything's been worked out, rhythm regularity, and abnormal beat detection. You can also see the visualization guide, where the blue line is ECG signal. We've got quite a clear signal in here. The green dots are the R peaks, and the red X's are abnormal beats, we can see here. The total readings, it says here 300, but that's 300 documents, which each document has 50 readings. The time window is adjustable, so to allow more readings in or out. I can also download the selected window, so what we have here, I can click and I'll download a CSV file which I can open, and then we can see all our data. I can also adjust the dates, so I'll go right back to January the 2nd to, I think it's April the 5th. Let's change page, let's go back to our page. And now we can see that our total readings are 4,550. So if I were to select all of the data and click download all data, and then download the CSV, there's the complete data. That's all of the data in the database downloadable, which could be imported elsewhere. And finally, the health monitoring information guide. No application will be complete without an information page, so again we're just going over the same stuff up here, but the understanding vital signs and ECG, health state classifications, it goes into the conditions that different readings may indicate. So for instance, high fever above 38.5, fever, normal range, the warning colours, also to seek medical care, immediate medical care if any of these are highlighted, and best practices for monitoring, basically. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed making the application, and I think it's very informative.